up, y'all? Why you got your shades?
No, I left them.
Why you put the other ones on? Them yours anyway.
What?
Right there in the armrest.
The clear ones? For real.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah.
But what's up, y'all?
Good. Goody.
Natural. Well, we on our way. We having a little date night, y'all. It's supposed to be like a group thing, but it's a date night now. We decided to pull out the camera and vlog. I mean, we got a lot of videos that I still have to edit and post, but I kind of fall off track because we had so much shit going on, and then we didn't want to wear. We had so much stuff going on, and then we were working hella hours. Like, she working 50-something hours of overtime, working 50-something hours of overtime, trying to get shit done. And shit, we just went.
We actually just got off.
Right.
Not too long ago.
Just got off work, and now we on our way to, of course, Somerville, to the spot that we've been to a couple months ago, called Blue Tequila. They known on TikTok. I think they went viral on TikTok one time before, innit? For their drinks.
Yep.
But we going for the food and the drinks. The first time we went, we had ordered the Berea. I think that's what they call it? The Berea taco, something like that. Where you dip it in the gravy. It was nasty to me. And then I changed mine from the steak to the chicken, and it was disgusting. The chicken was disgusting. The steak was nasty. The chicken was disgusting.
Alright.
So hopefully things will be different as far as we'll know what not to order. But that steak, what they get over? That steak that my cousin had was good. I took a piece of her steak, and I really enjoyed that little piece I did have. So, I don't know, but I'm the type. I'm a quesadilla type of girl, so I might get something like that. Let's just see.
I might get some tacos or something.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
As long as it ain't the Berea.
I'm trying to figure out what I want, or either fajitas.
If that's how you
That
say it.
rice was so good.
Yeah, that rice was good with that sour cream.
And those black beans.
I don't know if people do this, but I do. I like, if I'm gonna eat like Mexican rice, Spanish rice, or anything like that, I got to mix it with cheese, melted, and sour cream. It's good like that to me. That's the only way I'm eating.
Yeah, it's good like that too. I like my rice when I cook rice at home, Mexican rice at home, I like to do it like that.
Yeah,
If it's
good
good,
like that.
yeah, it's good. I really like their rice and beans.
So y'all, what's new? Of course, we changed our dates for the trip. I didn't want to, but things happen.
That's all we're gonna say about that. We're gonna move on.
Cause you know I can go on and on,
Right.
and on about it. But yeah, so that changed. We are leaving on the 26th of August. By God's grace, we'll be here to see it. In our last vlog, not our last vlog, but the one that I'm gonna post, hopefully I'll get it done by this week. We had talked about what we did for the 4th of July, so I ain't even about to do that. Oh, we can go ahead and talk about birth planning. All right, y'all, we back. I had a phone call. But I was explaining that it's a family thing. Wanted us to talk about our birth plan, what led up to the hospital, what we packed, everything that the baby would need, everything we got from the hospital, stuff like that. So I said we could do that while we're on our way to where we're going to.
Yeah. So where do we start? Oh, packing.
Yeah, we can start from packing, then lead up to the hospital, then birth, all that.
Okay, so for the hospital, we packed. We had our diaper bag for Wiz, and we had a bag for us. We just put our stuff together. What she packed for herself was 2 or 3 different types of pajamas, and since she wasn't gonna be like breastfeeding, she did like just regular pullover gowns, something easy to put on.
And we call it a bra.
And she did a nursing bra, just because you know your tits.
I had a lot of milk.
Yeah, so she did a nursing bra and she packed like some gowns. I can't remember. Did you take one? You didn't take any underwear, did you?
I had the disposable one.
Okay, we had bought the they're like the pants, but they're called the underwear ones, the disposable ones. She had bought some of those, so we packed some of those for her to possibly come home in. But it turns out she didn't even need them because she wasn't even bleeding that bad. When they gave her those pads and stuff, and they had her all ready to go, you know. And so that's what we packed for her. And we did socks and you did bedroom shoes, didn't it?
Yeah,
like slippers. We both took our own pillow. She took a blanket and I took a blanket. Because you know, hospitals are cold as hell. So in our hospital, the way it was set up in labor and delivery room, you stayed where you gave birth at, even though she had a C-section. Where you gave birth at, sorry y'all.
Yeah.
Where you gave birth at was the same room you stayed in afterwards. They just like cleaned everything up or whatever, but because she had a C-section, that gave them time to clean everything up and get the room prepared for Wiz coming. So now for me, I packed pajamas. Oh, we had matching pajamas, the pants and the shirt, but I ended up wearing mine. She didn't wear hers.
I wear gowns.
Yeah, because it was easier for her to get up, go to the bathroom with gowns on and stuff. So,
my own personal gown.
Right. She had on a hospital gown during the laboring. And I see nowadays everything's changed. Like, there's all these gowns and stuff you can order while you're laboring to wear when you don't have to wear the hospital gown. I think they're cute, but I probably wouldn't want to mess it up, you know, with everything that's going on.
I was like, I was having so much stuff that, you know, was coming out. So
right.
I didn't wear my gown till after labor.
So I took 2 pairs of pajamas, and I think I took 2 outfits. I don't know why I took the clothes.
It wasn't really outfits, it was dress pants.
Yeah.
We thought we were taking pictures, but COVID stopped it. So we had a photo shoot line up.
Yeah, but we couldn't do none of that. So, because when we initially got to the hospital, I had on the clothes I had on leaving work, and I had those on all night and all day Saturday until that night when we both took a shower that night. And I packed like socks, stuff like that. Now for the baby, they say, oh, don't pack a lot of stuff because you're not going to need it. Every baby and every person is different. We was doing a lot of research and looking at a lot of YouTube videos, and people were packing like a little bit of stuff. Right. Well, we decided for Wiz that we were going to pack what we wanted to pack. I think we packed him like 4 or 5 sleepers. We did like a swaddle, like 2 swaddle blankets. We did some bird cloth. We did socks, t-shirt, like undershirt.
Like
we did
3 outfits.
Did 3 outfits, and we did hats. Now that seems like a lot, but Wiz peed and pooped on a lot of his stuff. And also, it's very cold in the hospital, so he only had on this little t-shirt thing and a swaddle. And Wiz was not a swaddle baby. He did not want his arms in. He wasn't a swaddle baby, never was. So we had to put the sleepers on him, and then he kept messing them up with spit like milk, would get under his chin, and poop and pee and stuff like that. So, because he got circumcised like right after the next day after he was born. So when him peeing and stuff, it was going everywhere.
And it hurted.
Yeah, he was in pain. So the stuff that we took, we actually used it.
Yes.
I would just pack to be prepared because we were technically the only ones up there having a baby at that time. Because there was another girl. Sorry, y'all. There was another girl, but she got flown out. Her baby got flown out. and she got discharged because something was wrong with her baby.
And then the thing about it is, like, you know, years ago, when you have a baby, they give you car seats, they give you clothes, they give you diapers, they give you milk. They still give you diapers and milk, but they only give you a certain amount now. They don't give you a bunch of stuff. Like, we came home with little of nothing. But how we got lucky is we had a lesbian nurse, y'all. She was a lesbian nurse, and she was just so shocked because we from a little town,
right?
You know, a little community. So she was so shocked because they up there, they treated us good. They treated her good. You know, let her know like her son, this her son, that she had a wristband on, get access to him and everything like that, just like me. They didn't treat her no different. They made her comfortable just like they made me comfortable. But the nurse that we had that night after we gave birth, she was just so amazed because she never seen a same-sex couple in our community had a baby together at our hospital. So it was just all new to them, you know, like we was just like celebrities up in there. We were like, okay, like they
really treated us. They catered to us. So the next baby, if they don't cater to us, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna be mad because they really catered to us. And then you also gotta think, we was in the middle of the pandemic, and these nurses and these doctors know you couldn't hardly have no family up there. So I guess that they were taking on that role of being a support system, because I don't know what the heck I would have did without Brittany. And then Brittany was she was there for me. Like, I leaned on her, man. I was crying. I was upset. She said, you can't show her that you upset because it's going to make her upset and make her think something's wrong with the baby. And, you know, we don't want that. And she, like, because we couldn't have our moms up there. We couldn't have nobody else, just us two.
And at one point, the doctor told us at our last appointment, the appointment before our last appointment, that he didn't think that no one could have come. So I would have been giving birth by myself. Right. But that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, we had already said, well, I'm going in.
That wasn't happening.
But the thing with, like she said, with giving us hardly enough, like I said, we had that lesbian nurse, and she looked out. She came in and gave us an extra pack of diapers for Wiz, because the pack of diapers that they gave us for Wiz was already open. And it was like a couple missing. They gave us milk for him, like on his little bassinet cart. There was like 2 things of milk with 4 each. There was a pacifier, some diapers, and a little pack of wipes.
Y'all, please bring your own pacifiers to the hospital.
Right.
I recommend that you do bring your own. We brought our own, which Wiz was not a pacifier baby. He was when he was a newborn.
When he was in the hospital,
When he was in the hospital, because Wiz was born. When Wiz was born, he was stressed, so he peed and pooped when he came out. So he had a lot of stomach problems going on, a lot of bad gas and stuff like that, and it was coming from the milk. But then he still had stuff going on before that, before they even gave him the milk. You know, he had stuff going on with his stomach. But y'all, them pacifiers that they gave, did they even give us one?
They did put a pacifier in there, but it was like that old school pacifier.
Y'all, bring your own pacifier.
I feel like if you want your child to suck a pacifier, you know what brand, you bring the different brands that you want your baby to try, and whatever they like, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Because we had all clear, because we was having a boy and we didn't want it, you know, no girl color. So we got all clear, soft silicone. We just got different brands. We had an Even Flow. We had a Nook, clear thick Nook one. And we had like another brand, I think we got from Amazon. All of them came from Amazon. All of them was clear and silicone type, you know. So we did, like, we used different ones, and he had like the Even Flow. That's the one he had like the most.
Yeah, but when we came home, Wiz came home with 3 little things of milk, you know, the little bottles of milk. But I don't know if she's gonna, it's a family thing, I don't know if y'all gonna pump or what y'all gonna do, or breastfeed. But the formula part, he came home with 3 of those. So immediately leaving the hospital, we had to go buy a wig and get, at that time they were still doing the vouchers, right? And then they switched to the cards, and we had to go in there, I did go in there and pick up to go get his milk, because he only had 3 little bottles, and y'all was not gonna last.
Being on wig, some people be trying to down wig like you don't have money to buy your child milk or anything like that. No, if you could get it for free, why not? And the milk that Wiz was on, it was like $45 a can because he was on a special kind of milk because he's lactose intolerant. He was changed from 3 types of milk. The last milk that he was on was the most expensive one that they had.
I was so glad when he got off that milk.
We had to get a prescription wrote out just to get the type of milk that he was on. We couldn't just get it with that. But please don't feel bad if you get WIC, because guess what? It's free. It's free. And it helped us out a lot. It really did. And getting WIC with your child, as far as free milk, is not making it seem like you can't pay for the milk for your child or you on low income. None of that. No. It don't mean none of that. So I just want to put that out there. It don't mean none of that.
I'll just put it in. So
it's free.
Right.
I repeat, free.
Wiz was on, not saying that we couldn't buy the milk for him, because we used to buy it.
Yeah.
Because WIC only gave you a certain amount of...
We only got 9 cans a month.
Right. And once they reach a certain age, they eating more.
Yeah, so...
We had to buy 4 or 5 cans a month extra. So, I mean, it's not like we couldn't buy it, but if it's help out there to help you out, why not get it?
Right.
We were feeding our baby. You get what I'm saying? Well, he was going to eat regardless. But at the same time, why not get it? I mean, we couldn't get no food stamps. We made too much. If we could, we would have. There's nothing wrong with getting food stamps and WIC. Why? You're feeding your family. You're feeding your kids. What's wrong with that? Some people need it. But, okay, so like I was saying about so pack how you want to pack. If you feel like you don't want to bring anything, and then we were kind of torn in between what Wiz was coming home in. So what outfit we was going to put on him.
We was torn because we didn't know what the weather, we didn't know if it was going to be real cold or
hot, because he was born in April, and y'all know that weather be fluctuating.
Well,
so,
it was cold.
It was very chilly and windy the day he came home. Yeah. And so that's why we packed like we did. We didn't bring diapers and we didn't bring wipes. No, because we knew they were going to provide that. But we brought what we wanted, blankets, stuff that we wanted to introduce him to. Oh, we bought our sign where we did his birth announcement on it, and while she was in surgery, I made the sign and put his name on it. I just didn't put his weight and birth time on it until after he came out, but we did our sign, and she brought two pictures of her sister that passed that she wanted there, with her while she was going through the process or whatever, labor and stuff, and then that was included in his photo too of his announcement.
And y'all, please make sure y'all register and get everything together done before labor, because when you in labor and after labor, you don't want to be doing that. About no birth certificate, no none of that. Get all that stuff done. You can register and get all your stuff done before you even go into the hospital or before your due date.
Yeah.
You can have all that stuff together.
Right. You couldn't do a pre-registration.
Yeah. So
because
that's very important. Make sure y'all do that.
And I'm glad that did, because what happened with us was, remember when we thought your water broke earlier that day, and we went and they took you up. I had to go back there and register you. Because they had to go, because of COVID and stuff, I had to go register for her and give them all stuff. So thank God that happened the way it did, because that later on that night we actually went to the hospital, and I didn't have to do all that down there while they taking her upstairs or talking to these nurses while she in pain. So everything was already done. They already had everything laid out, just ready for everything. All we had to do was give them his name once he was born, so they could have put everything, on his information. But and we did.
So you could.
Oh, we did bring our boppy too.
Yeah.
We did bring our boppy.
It helped a lot, because when I was up, like, we was taking turns, sleeping. Mm-hmm. But I really let her sleep because she was up, with me. And then when I was, got to, back to my room trying to recover, wake up and stuff from the C-section, and then when I did wake up and realize I did have a baby, I still slept. So she was up with the baby for a while by herself. So
I knew right then and there we didn't have no baby that was gonna sleep. Wiz didn't sleep in the hospital like that. He stayed up with us, like how he was when she was pregnant, where he would wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, be ready to party, and go to sleep when the sun come up. He was like that when he was born. Yeah. So we kind of just, I slept. She slept, you know, we kind of did what we did. We took the Boppy, and the Boppy helped out too because she had the C-section. So she wasn't able to hold him a whole lot that first day because she was sore and still, you know, trying to get right. But in the Boppy, so she could have put him in the Boppy, and it was more support for her holding him. And the Boppy was really good for pictures.
It was.
To lay him in the pictures.
Y'all.
And we did take bottles.
Yeah, we did. Bring your own bottles, please, because we pour our milk into the bottles that we bring. That's how he get so quick to latch onto the nipples that we had, and to the bottles that
we had the little 2-ounce bottles.
Yeah, so make sure.
So we was able to use those. If you know, if your hospital will allow you to pour the milk in, I know ours didn't mind. They didn't care as long as we could see the measurements. Yeah, that rainbow. They didn't care about whatever. You want to stop it and start it back? It's at 60. All right, we're back. They didn't care, but
and we got those off of Amazon, y'all.
Right.
The 2-ounce bottles. So if y'all consider getting, you know, bringing your own bottles to the hospital, we recommend that you get the 2-ounce bottles.
And because we stayed in the same room, I don't know how y'all hospital gonna be, because I know the hospital in the town where I'm from, you be in one room when you give birth and then you move to the other side. But ours, the one where we live, you stayed in the same room. They just cleaned everything up. So I didn't go get the car seat until it was time to bring him home.
Right.
And they asked me to go get it because they have to look at it and inspect it and make sure it's good and it's adjusted right for him. And then also when we got into the car, the nurse checked out the base in it too to make sure it was installed right. I don't know if they do that where y'all at, but
and another thing, y'all, it's okay for people to donate stuff to y'all, like car seats and stuff, but please make sure if they donate a car seat to y'all that it's up to date with the year, because they look at the year on the car seat. It got to be the same year that the baby is born.
Right.
It can't be old. It can't be no old car seat.
I didn't know that till we had Wiz, but car seats expired. I ain't even know that.
It cannot expire. So to say if your baby due 2023, that car seat has to be 2023.
Has she found out what she having yet?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, so that's basically what we packed. And of course we did like toiletries for us. We did all travel size, everything. We didn't take nothing big or anything like that.
Right. And then we bring our own toiletries for Wiz as well, because we bought stuff for his butt, like when we changed his diaper, we bought like our own Vaseline for his skin and stuff like that, because the stuff that they give us at the hospital, it's good, but it's not that good type, you know, it's not that good stuff. It's generic. Right. So make sure you bring your good personal needs for your baby as well. Like whatever stuff that you decide to use, lotion, if you want a certain kind of body wash, you want them to wash the baby in, bring your own stuff and they will use it.
And if, gladly. Like I said, if you're having a boy, we had a boy, so with the circumcision thing, they gave us the stuff to put on it, and they gave us a good bit to go on with that. I guess because that was like a medical procedure, but the way they do the circumcision now is so different. It's more cleaner, and it's easier to clean
with
and
the
keep.
Plastic piece. So that's the only
thing that falls off is the little plastic. So it was pretty good. I mean, I was worried about that before she gave birth, about his taking care of the belly button and his private. I was stressed out, but it turned out it was easy, because all you did was clean it, and his belly button fell off. Shoot, I think we was home like a week, and his belly button fell off, and the thing on his private, that didn't fall off for like 2 weeks later. That stayed on for a minute, and it was in the diaper room. I thought he pooped, and it was the little thing that come off.
But y'all, that's just everything that we.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Everything that we packed. Now with the birth, y'all,
I don't want to
relive it, but I'm gonna talk about it for y'all, because y'all gonna need to know, what our experience. Tell y'all our experience. So we went to the doctor. Was it the day before or the same day? I think it was the day before. No, we was to the point when we was starting.
No, you had a doctor's appointment earlier that day.
Okay.
This all happened on the 17th of April. She had a doctor's appointment.
I had a, hold on. You gonna
Go ahead.
I mean, you can start first.
Go ahead.
Now.
Go ahead.
So I had an appointment on the 17th, and it was that morning. It was that morning. I was 8 months and what? No, I was 9 months.
You were
9 months.
You were 39 weeks.
Right at 39 weeks, y'all. And when we got to the appointment, I got checked or whatever. We talked about birth plan first. We talked about birth plan with our doctor. Our doctor was a midwife. And when we talked to him about the birth plan, he was like, it's not good to try to plan your birth out because you don't know exactly how things is gonna go. You don't know how things is gonna turn. It can turn for the better, it can turn for the worse. It's not good to try to plan out nothing because it always be something different. Which he was right. Cause me and her had all the shit planned out. Like we gonna go, we gonna have the baby vaginally, like everything gonna be okay. We'll go home.
It went left quick.
Shit went left. So when we were discussing to him, he was telling us about the birth plan and not plan nothing. Just go when we go to the hospital, just have an open mind for everything, whatever they offer us. We don't have to say yes to everything, but just just have an open mind towards whatever might come. So we was like, okay, So we listened to the heartbeat. Heartbeat was good. Got checked. I think I was dilated, but like a tip
Tip of the finger.
like a fingertip, y'all. I wasn't doing nothing. So after I got checked, he was telling us about, if your water don't break on your own, you don't go and live on your own, you might have the baby in pain. And
Who you say that for? That triggered her.
I was not about to do that because y'all, I was so tired. I was so tired, and Wiz was an ounce from 8 pounds, y'all. And when you 9 months, from 8 to 9 months, you feel your baby in your vaginal area, y'all. And when you walking, you feel the head going like this. Well, I did. You feel the head every time you strut, the baby head going like this in your vagina, y'all. That is just not nothing. That's y'all. I was tired. I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of being tired. I was out of breath. I was just over it at that point. I was just like, man, this man talking crazy. This man, and Courtney look at me like, man, no, you had to look at him like, sir, what did you just tell her?
Right.
Like, you
like maybe May.
Yeah, it's he might induce us the 1st of May.
You still had 2 weeks left in April.
Yeah.
And you talking about letting her go 2 more weeks? Oh, no, that wasn't going to set.
So you can go from there.
So we walked out that doctor's office. And we got in that car and we devised a plan. We went to the store. Well, I don't care what nobody says.
At first, you was like, nah, because I was like, I'm sorry.
Well, I was scared. I was scared for her to do it. I was scared.
I was literally crying to her.
I was scared for her to do it this way, but I was like, whatever. When I see how she was looking and feeling and swelled up everywhere, and they talking about 2 more weeks, and let's get the baby out. So we went to the store, to the drugstore, CVS, I think it was.
Hey, y'all don't have to do this now. We just telling y'all.
And I know a lot of people gonna say that's not a good way to do it, but whatever.
Right.
To each his own. Everybody try to get their baby out a different way.
Okay.
Each his own. Pineapple wasn't working because she was eating pineapple like crazy.
I drank pomegranate juice.
None of that was
Everything.
working. Nothing.
Nothing.
So we went and got some Castrol. She drank the entire bottle of Castrol. It was like this big. She drank the whole. You good? No, she drank the whole bottle of Castrol, and then she chased it with orange juice. Because they say mix it. Well, we tried that mix thing beforehand, like a week before that, but it didn't. She was having pain, but it didn't send her into labor. So this time she drank it straight and then drank the orange juice. We went outside, me, her, and her cousin, and her cousin's kids. We went outside in the front yard, and we walked all around the yard, back and forth, back and forth. She walked up and down the steps. We just walk. She was having pain, but she wasn't telling us. She was keeping it under wraps. I mean, she would twitch a little bit, but she was having pain. So we walked for like 5 hours straight. Then it was time for me to get ready to go to work. That's when I was working in Somerville, so I had like an hour drive. And I left to go to work, and something was telling me to call out. I don't know why I didn't listen to my gut.
I told you I was okay.
But she told me she was all right. She was good. Whole time, she having bad pains. I mean bad pains. Not saying nothing to me, nothing to her mama, nothing.
They were bearable. They was bad, but they was bearable.
So I'm on the way to work. I had just got into Somerville, and I see my phone ringing, and it's her mama. I said, "Oh Lord, Kevin probably labor." Got on the phone. Her mom said, "You need to turn around and come back. That girl mucus plug done fell out, and she on that floor. She gonna have that baby on the floor." She kept telling her, "Get off the floor. You gonna have the baby on the floor," because she was having pain. I said, "Lord, I just got to work." So I got in touch with my boss, and because my boss already knew the stipulations, I told her, if I call you at any time, I gotta go, because I'm, an hour away, so I got to go. So she arranged for somebody to come, and I left and got back on the road. I swear I got back home in 20 minutes. I had my hazards on.
I kept calling you.
No, it felt like that to you because you was in pain, but I swear it only took me 20 minutes to get there.
I called. Where you at?
She was cussing me out. She was in so much of pain, so it felt like forever to her. I pulled up. She was on the porch. Her mama had the bags out there and everything. I got her in the car. Got the bags. Going to the hospital. She telling me I'm driving slow when I was doing almost 80 through little town limits to get to the hospital. She swear I was going slow. We got to the hospital. I went in and I said, "My girlfriend's in the car. She's in labor." I was a nervous wreck. The lady said, "Huh?" I said, "My girlfriend in the car. She about to have a baby." The other nurse come around. She said, "The girl get ready to have a baby. Let's go." So they got up. They brought the wheelchair and got her out the car. Brought her in. The same lady that asked me she was so shocked that I said my girlfriend. She had the computer typing, asking Kelvin information. She mad. She was cussing the lady out because she in pain and she ready to, get up out that wheelchair. I'm telling the lady, "Look, y'all should have all her information on file. Well, we got to get it ready, get the room ready." I said, "Get the room ready. Rooms ain't ready already." You know what I'm saying? Finally, they get us upstairs. And our nurse we had that night, she was so nice.
She was nice, but she took too long to come get me.
Yeah, she did. But she was really, really nice. We got upstairs and she got her to undress, and we was talking about different stuff, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna get you undressed, and then I'm gonna hook her up to the monitors." Wheels were popping right out, found the heartbeat, everything was good. So they checked her. When they checked her, she was 5 centimeters. That nurse said, "Well, look like we having a baby tonight." I said, "Oh, that shit for real." Like, that shit for real. This ain't no joke. That's all I could think was, this is real. Well, she said, "We can go ahead and try to get you the epidural because you're so dilated so much and get you comfortable, whatever." That was an negative. You tell them about the epidural because you felt that. I just was standing there.
Okay. So when she said that I could go ahead and get the epidural, because you got to be dilated at least 5 to 6 centimeters before you can get it. So I was like, okay, I want it. Because when we talked about it with the birth plan we did come up with, we said we wasn't gonna do no epidural.
They changed it.
Then my sister was on the phone going on and on about how bad it is. You don't need to get it, this and that. And I'm like cursing her out, like, "Lady, you ain't in this pain." Like,
Right.
so I was like, "Tell that man whoever to come up in here, give me this medicine, this shot, whatever." So the man coming, it took him about an hour to get enough.
Yeah, when you get your epidural now, ask for it early so they can go ahead and get that person to come. Because it take them forever. And there was nobody else having no baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand where he was at.
Right.
I think he was on a smoke break.
So when he got in there, he was, explaining to me, telling me what was going on, what he was going to do. I had to sign a paper and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, whatever. I signed a paper. So they told me to put a pillow in front of me. And I think I had to hold on to the nurse, or was it you? You had to leave out of the room. Mm-hmm. No, you was in the room.
Yeah, you was leaning on me. And then she was on the other side.
Yeah. And he started to try to do the procedure, y'all. It wouldn't work. I was poked and plugged out for like 11 times.
Longer than that.
Maybe, I know he was trying to get that needle in my back for about an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I was in so much pain. I was screaming. Blood was everywhere. He could not get that needle in my back, y'all. It was agony, straight agony. He just kept going using bigger needles. Nothing would work. It wouldn't work. So I was already mad because I was having these contractions back to back, trying to get these needles in my back, and it wouldn't work, y'all. It was terrible. Real life terrible. I was screaming, I was hollering to the top of my lungs. I was crying. It was just no, I wasn't crying.
No, you weren't crying.
I was screaming though. It was just too much, y'all. He said that I had a lot of scar tissue. I was in a bad car accident back in 2009, so I know that where that come from because I got a little plate in my back, in my lower back, and that's where they were trying to put the needle at. So that's what the problem was. But the epidural didn't work.
So after the epidural didn't work, they come in and discuss some options that she could get IV medicine that would not completely stop the pain, but it would probably make her feel, extremely like high and kind of just, relax.
It did.
So they come in, started the IV, got the medicine going, and in between contractions, she was going to sleep. She was asleep.
That's it. But I was not high, y'all. I felt every pain.
Yeah, she felt everything that was going on. That lasted for about 3.5, 4 hours of that. The continuous of sleeping on and off, and the contractions. And then they finally checked her after 3 hours, and they said by this time the new nurses had switched shifts. So the new nurses came in for the day, and they checked her, and she was 7. So it was like, okay, we make good progress. I was like, dang, it took her 4 hours to get from 5 to 7. She still got to go to 10. We're gonna be here a little bit longer. Well, they got her up. They put her on the ball. She had to keep using the bathroom, I guess, because of the pressure, the pooping, or whatever.
That was the worst, y'all.
It was just the medicine. She kept ripping the monitors off. Every time she had a contraction, they had to keep coming back in there fixing the monitor.
I kept jumping up.
Like the nurse said, I don't care about doing that. She's like, if I'm in that much pain, I'm gonna get up too. So every time she would have a contraction, she would get up. And the nurse was like, I ain't never seen nobody have contractions and jump out of bed that fast. I said that pain is tearing her up. So finally, the doctor gets there. It's not our doctor. Right. It's another doctor in the office that we go to because our doctor was not on call. He was out of town. He knew our baby was getting ready to be due when he went on vacation, but whatever, I forgive him because he was a good doctor. He was a midwife, but I say doctor. He was a good doctor. But so the doctor that you getting off on 199B, Monk's Corner. The doctor that we despised in that office that we did not want was the one who delivered our baby. But he was a different vibe with him in there though. He came in and checked her. This was about 9:30. She was still at a 7 from when they checked her at 7 that morning. So he, not this one, the next one. So he, you stay in the lane though. So he checked her and he said that her water had not broke, but it was right there. But he didn't want to break her water with the normal thing that they break the water with because he said that Wiz was like right there where the bag of water was, and he was afraid if he used that to let it gush that Wiz would just drop, you know what I'm saying? And they knew that the cord was around him, was wrapped around his shoulders and stuff a bunch of times, so that possibly would have strangled him if they would have did that because he would have rushed down and the cord would have been, so he used a needle.
That long, y'all.
It was long, but it was really tiny on the end. He used a needle and he put it in, and he was up his damn shoulder in there. I said, dang, I didn't know you could go that far in a woman. But and he poked the bag of water, and slowly but surely all her water was coming out. It was, water was leaking out. It was a slow leak, he just poked some holes in her bag to let it drip out because Wiz was tangled up in the cord. So So after that, they let her go for another about 2 hours or so, and he come back in and checked her again. And after he checked her again, said she was still out of 7. When he left out, she told the nurses that she wanted a C-section. She was tired. She couldn't do it no more. They was trying to talk her out of it, but then they told her, they was like, well, we understand. So whatever you say, we have to let the doctor know. So they went and told him, and he come back in, checked her again after an hour. She still was out of 7. And he said, okay, I'm not going to put you through this no longer. We're going to get you prepped for a C-section, whatever. That was the longest time to prep somebody. Oh, shoot, you got to go back this way. That I ever see. It took them forever to come and get her. But they come in. I had to sign some papers. She had to sign some papers because she was being put to sleep because she couldn't get the epidural. So they talked to me and explained the like, how you gonna tell somebody, y'all? I mean, I know you need to tell people, but when I'm in this state that I'm in, I'm upset already now that she's got to go to surgery. Then y'all tell me I can't go back there because she got to be put to sleep and it has to be sterile. But now you're telling me it runs a risk for this, death, this, that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, like that made me more scared. But I just had to pray and pray that her and Wiz was gonna be all right. But once they finished talking to us, they took her out, and then she can tell you what happened back there because I wasn't back there before she went to sleep.
So y'all, when I got back there, they were rolling me back there, y'all, and in so much pain I was hollering the whole week.
Tiki.
I was screaming to the top of my lungs, y'all. When I got them, they put me in the operating room, y'all. I was still having contractions. They moved me from one bed to the next bed. I was still having contractions. They buckled me down to the bed. I was still having contractions. The entire time they were prepping me for this surgery, I was in pain. Put it like that.
They had to put the catheter in and everything.
And I felt all of that. I felt when they put the catheter in and everything. I was just in pain.
Hold on, y'all.
Okay, so I felt when they put the catheter in, I felt everything. I was just in so much pain, y'all, and they was sticking me with needles and stuff everywhere. It was just tragedy, put it like that. And the last thing I remember is the doctor was like, okay, Ms. Phillips, I want you to count to 6 backwards. No, I want you to count to 10 backwards. And before I got to 5, it was over.
That was it.
I don't remember nothing after that.
And then I was sitting in the room, and they brought me some lunch, and I couldn't eat. I didn't want anything to eat. I just drank the drinks off of it because I was so thirsty. And they brought me some food, and then, I mean, I'm gonna tell you this part of the birth story. For those of you that don't know, I smoke, so I'm a smoker. I was in the hospital almost a whole day without no cigarette, and I was dying, and I was in such a rush on the way to get her that I didn't stop and get me none. So her cousin had called because I had her phone and my phone, and we were talking to the parents and all the family back and forth. So not at this light, but the next light, you're gonna turn right. So her cousin had called, and she said she was gonna come and bring me some cigarettes. So her cousin came while she was back there. I didn't leave out the hospital until they said she was done. They came and told me I heard the baby crying. I was like, is that Wiz or somebody else having a baby? And she said, are you ready to meet your son? And I went back in the nursery with him. That baby was hollering, and he was hungry. He was eating his hands. I went back there in the nursery with him, and normally, you know, they wait with newborns to bathe them or anything. They bathed Wiz right then and there because when he came out, he pooped and peed. So they went ahead and bathed him and washed his hair. I wasn't able to hold him during this time at all because they were regulating his body temperature, so I wasn't able to hold him. Once I was able to watch the whole bath and videotape it and everything.
I missed everything, y'all,
because she was in the room in recovery.
I missed it all.
And right and after that, they put him under the light, and he had to stay there for like an hour and a half to regulate his temp. And then she said, well, you can go ahead and step out or whatever you want to do. You've been in here, you know, you can go ahead and go. So her cousin came. I went outside, smoked a cigarette. I'm gonna smoke 5 cigarettes back to back out there waiting. Mind you, before I went out there, they told me I could go in there and see her, but she was still out of it. They had her hooked up. I mean, it looked like shit on the movies. It was so many machines around her, and she was so hooked up to everything. But there was a nurse there that was with her that was writing stuff down and monitoring her. And she said she doesn't know she had a baby. And I told her, and she looked at me. She said, "What? I had a what?" I said, "Yeah." And then it must have clicked. And she said, "Does the baby have hair or is it bald?" I said, "The baby got plenty of hair." Now, Wiz had a lot of hair when he came out. So I went out. Why? Because I couldn't stay in there because of risk of infection and stuff while she was in recovery. And I went out and did my thing. And then when I come back, she was wide awake and they had Wiz in there with her. I didn't even know they was going to do that. But I wasn't even gone that long, and they went ahead because she woke up full recovery. She was good. So they had her back in there, and Wiz was in there. It really registered to her that she had a baby. She didn't know she had a baby. She didn't know nothing was going on. And
good sleep.
Oh yeah, and that was basically it after Wiz was born. Except for the fact that, of course, you know, they kept coming in, checking him, checking her. We finally got to order some food, but it was nasty, so her mama brought us Zaxby's. And we ate that and just soaked in. And then when the nighttime nurse came in at 7, Wiz was born at like 12, 24, 25, or 32, somewhere around in there. Y'all can't remember. He was born like 12, 32, 31, something like that. So 7 o'clock that night, you going this way. 7 o'clock that night, the shift changed, and our nurse from the night before come in. She said, "Oh my God, y'all had the baby." I was thinking to myself, I sure hope she would still been in labor tonight when you come in.
And y'all, they had, when I say y'all, the nurses had him so spoiled. Like, they all wanted to hold him and keep him in, like, round the front desk with them. Like, they was obsessed with him. Like,
Yeah, he was.
He was the
I was like, damn,
man.
bring me my baby back. Like, he just was born. They had him out there at the desk. That the lady that run the nursery, she had him back there in the nursery with her.
Yeah.
She said, "I'll give y'all a little break. Y'all can rest. I ain't want no damn break. My baby just was born. Bring him back."
And this one lady, she was like, "Oh, if he was a girl, I would have got some hair bows on that hair."
You would have put hair bows
Y'all,
in his hair.
Wiz had so much hair. Wiz was born with thick hair.
When I first handed you Wiz, that's the first thing you did was take his hat off and look at his hair.
And you wonder why? I've been on heartburn medicine from the time I found out I was pregnant.
Right.
I've been having heartburn in labor.
I know. She could chew a piece of gum and get heartburn. Drink some water, heartburn.
I'm telling you.
She started getting heartburn at like 6 weeks pregnant. It was bad. But that's basically, you know, everything. And that night, the night nurse came in. Kevin told her she was ready to get up and take a shower.
Oh, it's something that she needed to do. You said turn on here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, so back to, so that night she got up, took a shower, got cleaned up. They was all surprised at how much she was moving around. She got out that bed, sat in the recliner.
Because they had run the hospital because of one doctor that I've seen a couple times that checked me out when my doctor wasn't in the office. She was like, "Oh, so you the mom that round here walking after emergency C-section and getting in showers and about to go home?" I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah, Kevin was not. We didn't
I
want
was
to
not about
stay.
to sit up, you know.
We would have had to stay an extra day. We went in on Friday night, Saturday morning, and we left on Monday. So we stayed all day Saturday night, all day Sunday. By Sunday, I was ready to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah.
But we had to wait because he had to be circumcised. You know, it's up in the wheel. He had to be circumcised, and they had to do his hearing test. And we had to wait for that. And then, of course, you know, you got to wait for the doctor to come and check your baby out before you can even leave the hospital.
Right.
But he passed everything, and he did good.
Mm-hmm.
They circumcised him that Sunday night, that Sunday afternoon. So
Yeah, he passed his hearing, he passed his vision, he passed everything.
Yep. He did really, really good. And we came home that Monday. It was good. The experience was over.
Yeah.
The baby was there.
Yep. And y'all, I
drove 3 miles an hour home.
Yeah, we didn't even get the chance to video us going home, but we did a little bit of the birth, what she did, and we got a little bit of footage, and I just did what I did.
It was just so much. It was so much going on.
Yeah.
That it was just like, oh, you know, and it was nobody there but us.
Right.
That was a lot too. So I'm hoping with the next baby, everybody can come, and it won't.
Too close,
Yeah, and it won't be so much on, you know.
I think I'll go around one more time.
If you want to.
Go around one more time. Yeah. So, but I mean, it was a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing giving birth, you know, to your child.
It is.
But
nice.
me personally, I wouldn't do it again. If Courtney don't have this baby, with your own child, I cannot see myself going through that pain again. I think the only time I would choose to have a kid is if something medically wrong with Courtney and she cannot have one. That's the only way, and then that's not a guarantee. That's just a if, you know, way back in my mind. It's not, you know.
There's one here. You think it's too close?
I might as well just park over there. I park right there. Oh, there's one right here. Is it alright?
Pick up.
Dang. Something behind me. But yeah, so
For the sushi place, they got their own pickup spot.
But
So
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
do it
our
again.
birth story in a nutshell.
Yeah, it was very scary, very painful. And when my mama always say, like, giving birth is like having one foot in the grave and one foot out, never lied, because
Right.
I thought I was a goner. You feel me? I would done tell them they trying to kill me and everything up in the hospital. I don't know what been going on. All I know is I was in pain.
Right, but it's over, and now we have this 2-year-old little boy, little firecracker. Something in that water,
Little baby.
Look, it's making bubbles.
Happy fish.
That big?
All right, y'all. So that concludes that, but we will be vlogging a little bit of this date because y'all, we have blue tequila,
Yeah,
and we about to go in here and drink some tequila
yeah. And have some margaritas.
and have some margaritas and eat some taco locos.
We're about to live it up. All right, y'all.
So this concludes this video, y'all,
See y'all.
and we will see you guys in the next video.